Come on, artists. Stop being lazy. I'm tired of it. One out of like every 200 artists that I see puts in the right amount of work. All the rest of the artists need to stop complaining about AI or why they're not big enough or how come the local scene doesn't just come together and prop us all up at the same time. People complaining about what DAW other people use and young versus old musicians and this versus that. Meanwhile, you haven't done shit to further your career. Stop doing that. I'm running off of very little sleep. I've got a lot of other things to do today, but I'm making myself do this video, even if it's not going to be the best video. If you want this to be your career, you have to stop being lazy. Every day that you're waking up, you're thinking to yourself, what can I do to further myself? Which steps can I take to be better than I was yesterday? Am I finally going to get these synths back here in the background set up? Finally. I've been down here for like a week or two in this new setup, and I still haven't hooked these things up. This is a Prophet 6. Those things are so damn expensive. I can't even make music with it right now because I'm being lazy. And I need to stop being lazy. To all the hobbyists out there, you too. The hobby side of music is my favorite part of the music business. In fact, once music became a career for me, I had to learn how to find a new hobby because I was practicing this one so much and working with it so much that the hobby side started to fade a little bit. So if you are just in the hobby phase, then I applaud that. That's amazing. And you should keep on going. You too can release music and content for fun. It doesn't have to be a race to the finish line of $1 billion in fame and fortune. Who cares about that? It's about making art and displaying it. We need real musicians that are putting in real effort to showcase their stuff out here. It can't just be all business people. To the entrepreneurs, the ones that want this to be a business, the ones that are trying to actively make this a business, you have it a lot harder than the hobbyists. You have to manage a business, potential employees. You could wake up and decide not to do anything at all, but you would be fired for that. You would probably fire yourself. You are the CEO, you are the owner. You need to act like it. But I also have a full-time job and I've got kids and stop it. Yes, you need to maintain those things. Absolutely. And you should never drop those things. You need to keep those things healthy at the same time. If you want this to be a business, you are choosing to have multiple jobs, especially in the beginning, and especially as you go down the line. So I ask, what are you doing today to further your career? How are you trying to get further than you were yesterday? I know so many musicians that don't know how to edit videos. If this is you, it's time to change that. You don't have to be an expert at this at all. I'm not an expert at this. I happen to enjoy the video side of things too, but I don't have the camera that I want. I don't have the lighting setup that I really want, but I've been doing this long enough to have accumulated a couple tools. I put affiliate links down in the description below, but I want you to just focus on the things that you need to get better at. This isn't a motivational speech. This is a requirement. You will not last that long in the music industry if you keep at it like this. Maybe you're like in between being a hobbyist and a business, aka 99% of the music industry. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but the answer isn't to go half-assed at this. You can only do it full ass. You gotta put your full ass out there. You need to do the boring stuff. You need to research stuff. The people that are successful are genuinely interested in all the different facets of the business, including the boring stuff. The people that only want to do the fun stuff and want to kind of hire out the rest aren't gonna make it because you don't have that much money. You're not a tech billionaire that could just create, buy, sell businesses however you want. It's not gonna work. You're gonna have to stop being lazy about it. You see me trickle in this type of advice throughout all my content, all these little short videos that I'm doing, and sometimes within the long form content. But behind the scenes, I'm mad about this because I see so many people that want to be successful. They genuinely think that they are going to be successful, but they don't step one foot in front of the other, ever. They work on their music and that's great, but they try nothing and they get nowhere because of it. It doesn't matter what age you are or how much experience you have, how long you've been doing this. You could do better and you can be better. I want you to put in the comments what you're doing today to get better. You can also put what kind of setbacks you have. What kind of things are you wanting to learn, but you're not really sure what to do next? That's what my channel is about, is trying to figure out what these things are and figure out a way to display those things. I'm super interested in this stuff, but I'm not seeing a ton of people, at least on my Instagram, that are all that interested in this side of it. I want to see how interested you are in the comments. If you've watched multiple videos of mine, I really appreciate it. I try to reply to every comment. I want to build a community of people that care, that are trying to get better, trying to figure out how to do this thing. Because it's hard, and there's no university that's set up that's going to put you in the right path. Every artist that makes it has a slightly different way that they got to where they are, and it's very custom to them, and it might not work for you. So the best course of action is to learn as much about everything that you possibly can and continue forward without being lazy. Imagine in life, you've got this long, really long rope. Every couple feet, there's this little tag on it with a thing that you need to do. I see people pulling on this rope very slowly. They get to a tag, they look at it, they stop for a second, and in that moment, they could either act on those things that they need to do on that card, or they could put it off to the side and then just keep on pulling. Then you have people that will have a pile of things that they need to do just sitting off to the side, and they're trying to like pull everything forward and get to the end of the rope without having done any of these things. I'm asking you to pull as fast as you can and get as many of those things checked off. It's a weird analogy. Bear with me. Some people have done thousands of those things. Some people, only a couple hundred. Some people are 21 years old and have done thousands. Some people are 45 years old and have only done 100. And yet everybody has opinions on what should happen. I don't like to let opinions dictate my business. I like data. I like research. I like development. And all those things take constant time every single day. No matter how busy you are, they are there. They're screaming at you. Carve some time out to make these things happen. If your first step is to figure out what to do next, then it's the planning phase. And you got to put a ton of effort into developing your schedule for that plan. So if that's one thing that you could do today, that's amazing. Do that. If you've released 1,000 videos and you haven't seen a ton of activity on these videos, stop for a second, go back and look at these videos, figure out what's not working, figure out what is working, and start again. If you're making some money off of Spotify, but you don't know how to get people from your Instagram or TikTok to communicate with Spotify, aka you never see any communication, it's just completely separate. That's something to figure out. What's your plan today?